The need. I was very offset by this topic. I mean, to me, it's a general thing that no one really thinks about. So I related it to the subject. A general thing everyone knows, but doesn't think about. Everyone doesn't use it. So then I sort of came to my conclusion. Acceptance. The need for Christians to accept others. Did you know that in the US, 49% of people are going through divorce? 80% or more are in debt. 13% of our mothers are teenagers. 2% of children under the age of 18 have lost one or both of their parents. 30% of kids have one parent, and 68.7% of families are non-traditional. Plus, over 44% of Americans are fighting some form of sickness. Even though there are millions and millions more statistics I noticed one thing. 100% of us have a problem. And it's our job as Christians to help them no matter what. We need to share God's endless love. We need to all get off our high horses, as Christians, maybe other people might say about Christians, and use the special key God gave us. Acceptance. He intended for us to all help. As said in John 7:36 and 37. All that the Father gives me will come to me, and whoever comes to me I will never cast out. And trust me, really, as Christians, we're not really going for that verse. In fact, one big problem that's affecting the U.S. worldwide also is suicide. More people die from suicide than homicide. At least 32,439 people commit suicide yearly, only in the U.S. 52.2% of that, or 7,002 people, kill themselves with a firearm. 22.2% of that, or 7,248 people, kill themselves by suffocation. 17.6, or 5,744 people, kill themselves with poison, and the other 8.1% are other ways. By definition, suicide is the act of killing oneself intentionally. It blows me away to think that somebody would rather kill themselves, or put a gun to their head, or drink something and know they won't wake up, than enjoy everything God has given them on this earth. Obviously, there wasn't anyone there to tell them otherwise. Someone like us. In fact, I knew somebody that went through suicide. She started by cutting herself. She was just confused. She really didn't know what was going on. But she told me one time that each cut, it frees me. It releases all the bad things said and all the looks gave, but reminds me of the people not there. But it's fine, I can handle it. I felt sad because somebody as pretty and as smart as her felt so lonely and so alone. I promised myself that I wouldn't ever let her hurt herself again. And I'm glad to say that 3 years later, she has not cut herself since. But that's not all. The world is going through much more than just suicide. In fact, another one taking the world by storm is addiction. It comes in many forms. 64% of U.S. people drink alcohol. 24% smoke. 6% steal. 70% or more look at pornography, and only 29.5% reported do drugs. Addiction, by definition, is the fact or condition of being addicted to a particular substance, thing, or activity. If only we could tell them to be addicted to God. Oh wait, we can't. So why don't we? I went to an AA site and found a quote on people with addictions and found out what they thought about their addiction. One said, "I wish I wasn't an alcoholic. I hate being an alcoholic. If I wasn't an alcoholic, I couldn't get drunk." And then I did more research and found out that 70% of people with addictions want to quit. 40% try, but only 5% actually make it. Just imagine what those numbers could be if we actually put God in the equation with us, right there beside the fighting God. But then some people say, well, there's that question, why don't they just come to us if they need help, to the church? Well, I thought about that, and I went to a Christian post site where they had the same exact question. And it was answered like this. Christians are always judging other people from what they do wrong or immoral. They should accept other people's views just as right as theirs. And to some point, they're right. Christians have grown opposed to the ways of accepting a kingdom that accepts all. We never helped them or tried to accept them, so why would they think we care? Every one of these things I've listed are the things we accept. God's children accepts these standards. Why, I ask? Why do we accept these low standards of what should be instead of accepting others? Why do we accept a little girl coming home every day and cutting herself? Why do we accept a grown man ending his life? Why do we accept small children smoking and having sex early? Why do we accept a lonely person drinking their pain? Why? We are all equal in this world, and we are given a purpose to love and spread, as is said in Romans 5:7. Therefore accept one another, just as Christ also accepted us into the glory of God. I hope that what I said has influenced you to accept it.